Hi Year 8, I hope you're all okay. I hope you've all enjoyed your first full week of working from home and learning from home. This is the second week's worth of work for music. So one thing I just wanted to make a start with is by saying that the lesson that you were set last week, which was to learn the piece of a keyboard piece of music. If you didn't get a chance to finish that, please don't panic. I know quite a few of you have messaged me to say that you didn't quite have time, because obviously you've got to watch this video and then complete the other tasks. So please put that as a priority to finish first of all before moving on to this week's lesson. If you do want to pause me there, that's absolutely fine. If you did get a chance to finish, and I know lots of you did, which is fine, then we'll make a start now. One thing to remember is that obviously in normal circumstances, when we were doing a practical lesson in school, it would be the chance for your teacher to come around and actually watch you play your piece, and then they would advise whether to move on or not, or what other help you would need. So obviously we have to bear that in mind when working from home as well, that people will develop at different rates. Okay, for those of you that have finished then, let's move on. We did make a start on tones and semitones before we went for the Christmas break. So this is more of a recap more than anything. It's just going into a little bit more detail though. So a semitone and a tone are what we have, the gap, the distance between notes in effect. Okay, so a semitone is one step. So if, for example, you can see here on with my cursor, you wanted to go a semitone up from C, it would be C sharp. Okay, if you wanted to go a whole tone up from C, it would be two steps up from C, so 1, 2. Okay, and it is the same rule all the way up, right from the beginning, from the bottom there, the C, up to this B here, because remember that a keyboard is the same pattern of notes repeated, just going up in pitch. So you can see that you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. You have the same thing again then here, and then here, all the way up the keyboard or piano. So it's just the same notes but higher up in pitch. So you can see that in between E and F and B and C that we don't have a black note, and some of you will ask, well, what is this? How do I work out a semitone and a tone from there? It is the same principle. So if we go to E and we want to go up a semitone, you would just go up one step to F. If you wanted to go up a whole tone, it would be two steps, so F, it would then be F sharp. It's the same thing with B and C. So a semitone would up from B would be C, and so a whole tone would be up to C sharp. Okay, that's that. So the first task is to complete a theory task, which shouldn't take you any more than 10 minutes. It might take you a little bit longer, again, not a problem. And the idea behind this is that it's just building on your knowledge of semitones and tones, and you need to use the notes, the letters that you've got there, and you need to work out by writing down the notes a semitone above. So if you do need to go into using a sharp, you would use the hashtag there, which is not the correct terminology, but actually we all understand in terms of understanding what the actual symbol is. So you would work yourself through those 10 notes there and write down the note a semitone above for A. There's 10 for each of these. So B is the opposite, so write down a note a semitone below. C is write down the notes a tone above, all of those there, and then D is the opposite, so write down the notes a tone below. So you can do this on Word document, on a piece of paper, and send a screenshot into your teacher. It's up to you, whatever device you are working on. Task 2 then is another listening task, and this is looking at major and minor. So the first thing to think about is the difference between a major key and a minor key, and the most generalised way of talking about it is that a major key is happy and a minor key is sad. So you're going to scan the QR code here, and it's going to bring you to one piece of music that has these 6 extracts linked to it, all in one track. They're about 35 seconds ish each, and then what you need to decide is whether they are in a major or a minor key. So a major key is when the music sounds really happy in general, and a minor key is when the music sounds sad. Okay, that's task 2. Task 3 is we're going to have another go at performing because we're at home, and again, as I said last week, we've not been able to have a chance to do that at school because of the current situation with COVID. So we're going to have a go at learning a computer game theme tune. What I have done is put, there's not QR codes this time, they're YouTube links, and they will take you to someone demonstrating the actual theme tune for that particular game. And again, in brackets there, I've put which notes to focus on because they are YouTube tutorials of almost how to learn the piece step by step. So they're really, really interesting, but it can be quite confusing because don't forget you've got two hands there. So focus on the colour notes that I've told you in the brackets there. And I have put the difficulty levels so that you can work out which one would be the best one for you. Feel free to move through them as well if you think I've learnt that, if you want to learn the melody line first. So you've got Tetris and Minecraft, which are difficulty level 1, and then you've got Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers for difficulty level 2, which is a little bit harder. If you then do want to have a go at learning the bit underneath, the bass line, that's absolutely fine. Just remembering what each of these notes stand for. So remember a note there, which is just coloured in with a stick, is one note, one beat, it's a crotchet. These ones here are quavers, so they last half a beat each. When they're beamed together, they last for one beat between them. And when you have a dotted note, that adds half the value on again. So for this particular note, it would be 1.5, and that is a crotchet rest. Okay, when you do think about your bass line, this note here is a semi-breve and it lasts for 4. This one is a minim and it lasts for 2. So it gives you a bit of an idea in the beginning there, because it says it needs 4 beats per bar. So you can do a bit of a working out there. And if there's only one note in the whole bar, then you know that it lasts for 4. Okay, if you know that there's 2 notes, actual notes in the bar, you know that they need to last for 2 beats each if they are equal in length. Okay. Once you have done that, feel free, like I've just said, to have a go through some of the more difficult theme tunes. It will take you a couple of minutes to have a look on the YouTube clips. Again, feel free to pop a message to your teacher if you are struggling at all with any of those things. Your teacher will put this Word document in the file section again, same as last week, and we'll put the link to the virtual keyboard if you need that, and the link to this YouTube video. And that's it for today's lesson. So I hope you're all okay. Take care. Bye bye.